What is up, everybody? You are listening to the Raw Hour podcast, and today we're going to be talking about Album of the Year. So let's not waste any more time and let's jump right in. So with the BET Awards coming up very soon, I wanted to take the time and dedicate one episode of the podcast just to talk about what I think or who I think is going to win Album of the Year. So before we talk about any of that stuff, first let's go over all the albums that came out this year, or the main albums that came out this year. We have Scorpion by Drake, KOD, Invasion of Privacy by Cardi B, Everything Is Love, the Jay-Z and Beyonce album, Beer Bongs and Bentleys, Astroworld, Taboo by Denzel Curry, Yay by Kanye West, Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle, Shrem by Ray Shremmerd, Queen, Redemption by J-Rock, The Carter 5 by Lil Wayne, Memories Don't Die, Lil Boat 2 by Lil Yachty, Bobby Tarantino 2 by Logic, and The World Is Yours by Rich the Kid. So who do I think is going to win Album of the Year? To be completely honest, I really don't want to say anyone in particular, just for the fact that so many albums came out this year that were so good. That it would be hard to pick out just one album. I know who I definitely want to win, and who I know, in my opinion, who doesn't have like a flying chance in winning. I could probably do like a top 3 or top 5, but I wouldn't be able to only pick one artist. I have a lot of artists in mind that I know I would want to win. I would definitely want Drake and J. Cole to be nominated, and I have a feeling in my gut that they will, but we'll have to wait and see, because Scorpion was a good album, but KOD was also a legendary album. But on the other side of things, I also have a couple of albums that I know won't win, or I at least have a feeling that they won't win Album of the Year. Like Invasion of Privacy, Lil Boat 2, Queen, Astroworld. These are just a couple. Just because, in my opinion, I didn't really think that those albums performed as well as the rest of these other albums on this list, especially with albums like Astroworld that lacked a satisfying sound musically, or for the example, the album Invasion of Privacy by Cardi B, that kind of didn't really do much for me context-wise, and like for the concept. And you would come back and say that I shouldn't expect much from Cardi B, and you're absolutely right. But when we are bringing these artists within a topic like Album of the Year, I think it's really important to take all that into consideration when choosing the albums. And the only reason I say this is because people will be the first ones to jump and suggest that you throw a trash album in with the nominations for Album of the Year. And I feel like if you don't have the good content and the good concept, or your music isn't really pleasing to the ear, then you don't have the qualities to be Album of the Year nominees. So if I had to pick a top 5, choosing this is going to be hard, but it would have to be KOD. We completely forgot about the Black Panther soundtracks, so that would be definitely on there. So KOD, Black Panther, Scorpion, Beer Bongs and Bentleys, and Taboo by Denzel Curry. Don't think Jay-Z and Beyonce's album is going to be on there. The Beehive can come after me. I have no remorse for any of them. It wasn't a good album. It didn't get as much traction as they thought they were going to get. So that would be my top 5. KOD, Black Panther, Scorpion, Beer Bongs and Bentleys, and Taboo. All these albums really did it for me musically, really did it for me concept-wise. KOD is one of the albums that had a really good concept behind it. But if you didn't really listen to the lyrics when you were listening, then it goes right over your head. So if you didn't understand the concept to that album, I suggest you go back and listen to the whole thing again. It has to do with like drugs, overdoses, and depression in the hood and stuff like that. It's a really good album, musically and concept-wise. Black Panther gave me a different type of genre mashup. You have the songs that really are hip-hop driven, and then you have songs that have a hint of hip-hop, but is very driven by African culture. And that's one of the big things that I loved about this album, because I'm not... Dude, I'm a Puerto Rican guy. I'm not listening to African music out like that out here on a daily. But when I listened to this Black Panther album, I get that different type of vibe of music. So I really appreciated it on that part. Scorpio is a very long album, and I enjoyed the hip hop side more than I enjoyed the R&B side. But altogether, it was a really good album. And though I feel that way, I know a lot of other people do not feel that way about the album. They love the album so much. In My Feelings is gonna be probably song of the year, track of the year, whatever it is. Beer Bongs and Bentleys was crazy amazing. You guys already know how I feel about Post Malone and Beer Bongs and Bentleys. Like all albums, it had its ups and downs musically. It's great. And the replay value you get out of this album is amazing. And Taboo was an album that I hesitated listening to for a little bit. But the moment I started listening, I didn't regret it in the slightest bit. We get this sound from Denzel Curry that we have never heard before, and it makes the album as a whole a really great listen to listen to. So, like I said, we can't really say as of right now who is going to win Album of the Year. We're just going to have to wait. But until then, I would definitely be keeping you guys updated on that. So, speaking of albums and albums that are coming out, in about, 3 days, we're getting our Logic album that we have been waiting on. And I'm here to give my expectations on it. We have, we have 3 more days. So everybody knows my opinions on Maryland's broken record player. I'm sorry, rapper Logic. Even though I think that he has become a tad bit overrated, and he's the most repetitive person I have ever listened to in my lifetime of listening to music, I still have to give my expectations on his up-and-coming album. We don't yet have the name for the album, and we also don't have a track list, but we do know one thing, and that is that Logic has told us that his whole album is going to is going to be featuring the whole Wu-Tang Clan. And don't let that fool you a bit. I do believe that Logic has the potential to make a great album, but I also believe that he has the potential to make a Wu-Tang feature sound bad. I feel like Logic gave us this information to give us false hope and to lead us into thinking that his album, just because it features this group, is going to be good. I don't have high hopes for this album, but I never have been a fan of critiquing or judging an album before it comes out, because then if it's any good, it makes me feel dumb. I will say that from the songs we have gotten the chance to listen to, I think we are getting more of a Young Sinatra than we are getting a Bobby Tarantino album. But it also seems to be much more aggressive Young Sinatra. I'm just going to say it now. All the damn songs sound the same. All the singles that he has dropped sound like the same song. And this is not anything surprising to me. I don't believe that we're going to get any diversity on this album. Logic is going to do the same thing that he always does, and he's going to find a way to make all the songs and all the features sound similar. And I can't believe I'm actually about to say this, but if this album is going in the direction that VMG is showing us that it's going, I would much rather have the sappy peace, love, and positivity Logic that we've gotten from everybody in the Incredible True Story. And in speaking of the Incredible True Story, I feel like that was another one of his albums that was really good. I didn't have any problems with it. It was good lyrically, musically, and the story was absolutely amazing. If you ever have the spare time and just go take a second and listen to interviews and listen to Logic talk about the backstory of that album, it's actually insane. But that's beside the point. I don't think this album is going to be anything crazy, but like I said, I'm not going to make any assumptions before it comes out, because I don't know if it's actually going to be good or bad. We will see when it comes out. But I'm just going to put this in the air now. If it meets any of the expectations I have for it, I don't think I'm even going to do a real review on it. I'm not going to do a review on something I don't like, or maybe I will. I honestly don't know until I listen to it, because if I have something I really want to talk about in relation to the album, it will determine whether I put a review out or not. I really wanted to do this just to voice what I've been thinking about the album. So if you guys want, take the time to tell me what you're thinking about this album, or what your expectations are. we don't have a lot of time left before it comes out. So let me know what you're thinking in the comment section below. This has been the Raw Hour Podcast, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.